while we heat up. I'm going to come out and sort of look through this opening here and see what's happening with the glazes. What's going to happen when they start to get close to temperature is they're going to start to bubble, right? It's going to begin to look like lava. It's start to boil. So I'll call you out when we reach that so you can see that process happening. You'll see the glaze bubbling. And you'll see why we don't have them touching each other or too close together, because that's going to expand in the process of that bubbling, right? After a while, it will begin to settle down, right? It's like a lake that's churning, and then suddenly it goes calm, and it's going to be this beautiful glass-like, wet-looking surface, right? Once that happens, and we don't see any more bubbles, then we're going to know that the glaze is matured, and we're ready to remove the pieces, okay? So that's what's going to happen inside the kiln. Once this reaches temperature, each one of you in turn has a piece in here. We're going to come over here and remove your piece from the kiln while it's red hot, and you're going to take it over here and you're going to put it in this trash can. Right? So I'm going to have somebody working the trash can. You're going to be depositing your pieces in the trash can. Somebody's going to be throwing some leaves over the top of it, and then we're going to be sealing it up. And this is going to be our reduction process right here. We're going to put it in here. We're going to close it up. It's going to start to flame first. We're going to close it up. We're going to starve it for oxygen, and carbon's going to be produced. All right? So that's what's going to happen. The tongs are right over there. This is still going to be going. It's still going to be really hot. So you're going to be removing your pieces with those tongs. Okay? Now let me show you the tongs in a bit how they work. You can see they have a design where there are a number of different ways to grip. Obviously there's a cupping here in the metal so that you can reach around a vessel that's rounded and grab it. Okay? You can do it this way. You can flip it over and do it that way if that's more beneficial to the shape. You can also use it as pinchers. You can reach down and pinch the sides of a vessel in order to pick it up rather than grab it around the throat. All right? So some of the shapes may have to be pinched. Like this piece right here, obviously I can reach in and do this with that piece, right? And grip it and take it out. This piece right here, I might not be able to do that, so I might have to grip that like this.
What about my big one?
Your big one?
Yeah.
You're just going to reach in with your hands and grab it.
And you have gloves?
You're going to have to either do it like this, or you're going to have to grab it like that.
Okay.
Okay? So you're going to be responsible for handling your piece. Now, for safety's sake, this kiln is going to get really hot, right? So you're going to have gear. So before you use the tongs at all to grab your piece, you're going to have a pair of gloves on to protect your hands because heat conducts, right? So it's going to go up that. So you want to have some gloves on. And Bailey brushed off our masks over here. You want to have a face mask on, all right? I have, typically not with this kiln, but I have singed my eyebrows off and singed eyelashes, you know, by getting too close to the flame. So that's to protect your face, right, as you get close to this. Now, there's not an inordinate amount of danger unless you get really too close, okay? I'm going to tend to crank the heat down a bit when I open this up so that it's not, you know, 1830 degrees in there. But we do want to remove the pieces really quickly, right? The glaze is at a maturation process, and we want to affect the glaze's end result as quickly as possible. What is this? I'm getting to that. I'm getting to that. This is drinking water. All right? So what's going to happen, right, is you're going to get, I'm going to tell you the glaze is ready, and I'm going to call it. So whose piece is this right here?
Mine.
Okay, so Sarah, you're going to be first.
Oh, great.
Okay? You're going to be first. So we're going to take this piece out first, and then we're going to take this piece out. Whose piece is this? Dawn, is this yours?
No, sir.
No? Whose is it? Okay. Laura, you're going to be second.
Okay.
All right? Whose piece is this?
Mine.
Okay. Emily, you'll be third. Whose piece is this right here? This little brown one?
Oh, that's probably mine.
Okay. So Carly will be next, and we'll just sort of work our way back. Okay. So once I lift this up, you're going to need to be thinking about, okay, well, my piece is sort of next in line, and we'll be taking turns, okay? So you're going to grab your piece, you're going to put it in here. So one person, right, the person removing their piece has got gloves on and a mask, okay? Somebody else, and it'll typically be me, is going to be raising the kiln lid to let you have access to your piece. piece and then closing it back down so we don't lose a lot of heat. So I'll be doing that, right? Then we need 2 other people. One person is going to be in charge of handling this, right? You're going to take the lid off, wait for the piece to go in, then you're going to put the lid back on. You're also going to need a face mask and gloves, because this is going to get hot. This is going to start burning right now. It's perfectly okay, but later on it's going to be hot, so you're going to need a pair of gloves, right? And a mask. And then I'm going to have a person over here, and that person is going to be dunking leaves in it, okay? You probably don't need the mask or the gloves as long as you keep your face away from this trash can, right? You're not going to want to do this. You're going to want to grab some leaves and do that, right? If you want to put a face mask on, we can go get another face mask, all right? Now, the other thing that's going to happen, whoever's working this area, and what I'd like is for you to cycle through the different positions. If you don't have a piece, Amanda and Bailey, then I want you to cycle through, dumping leaves and working the trash can here, or, rolling the lid up and down. Okay? Everybody else should cycle through as well. Okay? So you get to experience the whole process. After the pieces have been in the can for a while, right, reducing, they're going to get cool enough that we're going to be able to take the lid off, and then you're going to take them and you're going to immediately dunk them in the water. Now let me go through that process a bit. So we're going to fire them rapidly, and we're going to cool them rapidly. All right? So a piece like this, right here, I'm just going to go ahead and pick it up. A piece like this, it comes out of here. What you want to do is you want to try to put it in like this, so that water goes inside and outside at the same time. Okay? Not like this, because it's going to float, right? It's going to bob around and float. So you want to do it like this. That'll keep it from exploding, right? You want it to quickly cool and evenly, so dunk it this way so that water goes inside and out simultaneously. Bottles is going to be a real problem, right? So what you don't want is trapped air inside there or a really cold spot. You want to get it flooded all the way through. So this piece right here, right, this bottle, it's going to be very important that you put it in this way and let it fill up. And make sure it fills up before you drop it all the way in. Okay? Within about 5 minutes of being in this water, these are going to be maybe shorter. These are going to be cool enough to the touch you can reach in and take them out. Okay? Sometimes after you take them out of the water, there's some combustible material, the leaves and sawdust that's in here might be stuck to the piece, so you can take it in the sink and you can rinse it off and you can scrub it with a brush to get some of that off. All right? Anyway, so that'll sort of finish up the process. All right? Okay, so questions? Okay, so we're ready to get this started, so I'm going to go ahead and start the kiln up. And I'm going to let these pieces warm up on top. These pieces will be firing, and I'll call you out when it starts to reach its temperature. Okay? Say goodbye to your pieces.
Bye.
Peace and blessings.
That's right.
Yeah, do not drop mine.
Wish them well. I'm going to knock yours off.
If you do that, we're going to have a problem. Talk about it.
We'll talk about it.
No, we will not be talking about it. It's going to go down.